Yes, very good evening, children. This is the time for physical science class. So, in previous classes, we have completed balancing equations and the problems. Here, some more important problems we are going to learn today. So, in that, the problem is calculate the volume, mass, and the number of molecules of hydrogen liberated when 230 grams of sodium reacts with the excess of water at STP. Now, in this problem, we have to calculate the three values. One is volume, mass, and number of molecules. So, before that, first we should balance this equation and we should what are the atomic weights are there, then these atomic weights are introduced in the equation. These atomic weight are, so here sodium plus excess of water to liberate sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. So here what are the values is given of atomic weight, this is entered into the equation. So now here 2 will be there. 2 into sodium, how much? 23. Take the place. Now this 2 is belongs to, already told you before class, this 2 is belongs to hydrogen and oxygen. Now hydrogen, however, it contains 2 atoms. So 2 2s are 4. 4 into H means 1. Then after plus, then this is 2 belongs to oxygen also. 2 into O means 16. That gives rise to 2 NaOH. 2 into Na means sodium. Sodium how much? 23. Then this 2 is belongs to oxygen also, plus 2 into O means 16. Plus this 2 is belongs to hydrogen also. 2 into 1 plus 2 hydrogens, 2 into 1. So here sodium react with excess of water to liberate sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. Now 2 into 23, it is a 46 plus 4 and 32, 36 gives rise to 46 plus 32 plus 2 and plus 2. 46 plus 36 gives rise to 80 plus 2. The entire total is 80 children. The total 78 plus 2, 80 plus 2. According to this question, 46 grams of sodium, 46 grams of sodium, how much hydrogen is liberated, children? 2. 46 grams of hydrogen liberates 2 grams of hydrogen. So 46 grams of sodium, 46 grams of sodium liberates 2 grams of hydrogen. First we have to find the mass relationship, children. So here 46 grams of sodium gives 2 grams of hydrogen. 46 grams of sodium, how much hydrogen is given? 2. Then in the problem, 230 grams of sodium, how much hydrogen liberates? Then 230 grams of sodium gives how much hydrogen? So here 46 grams of sodium gives here 2 grams of hydrogen. Then 230 grams of sodium liberates how much hydrogen? Are you understood, children? So according to the question, first we should balance the equation. It is the very most important. So then sodium react with excess of water. It liberates sodium hydroxide and hydrogen. According to that, what is the, so sodium atomic weight is 23, hydrogen is 1, oxygen is 16. These atomic weight are substituted in the equation. 2 into sodium 23, then plus this 2 is belongs to total here. 2 2s are 4, 4 into H means 1. The next one 2 into O means oxygen, how much is that? 16, 2 into 16. Then gives rise to this 2 is belongs to sodium, oxygen and hydrogen. Because if any number is beside the formula, that belongs to total. So 2 into NM is 23, 2 into 16 plus 2 into 1 plus 2 into 1. So 46 plus 36 gives rise to 46 plus 32 plus 2 and plus 2 is given. According to this here, 46 grams of sodium liberates 2 grams of hydrogen. But in the problem says children, when 230 grams of sodium reacts with excess of water, how much hydrogen is liberated? So 46 gives 2 grams of hydrogen, then 230 grams of sodium, how much it will be liberated? Then do the cross multiplication here. Then 230 into 2 by 46. Do the cross multiplication here. 230 grams of sodium into 2 grams of hydrogen by 46 grams here. So directly we can do here 2 ones are 2 23s are, because 2 2s are 4 and 2 3s are 6. Now again 23 ones are and 23 10s are. Means here 230 grams of sodium, how much hydrogen liberates children? 230 grams of sodium liberates 10 grams of hydrogen. So it is the mass and mass relationship. Already we know that mass means quantity of matter. Mass means quantity of matter. So here 46 grams sodium liberates 2 grams of hydrogen. Then 230 grams of sodium liberates here 10 grams of hydrogen. So here in this, the first one is completed. Mass relationship is completed. So now write the problem. Children, note down the problem. It's a very most important. Children, if you finish, give me the reply. Yes, children, I am going to rub the problem and continuation it will be. So 2 grams of hydrogen. 2 grams of hydrogen is nothing but 1 mole. 1 mole of substance contains of 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23 molecules. This number is called Avogadro's number. Avogadro's number. Avogadro's number. That is 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23 molecules. In 1 mole of substance contains 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23 molecules. Same way here, 2 grams of hydrogen, 2 grams of hydrogen contains 2 grams of hydrogen contains 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23 6.023 into 10 to the power 23 molecule. Then 10 grams of hydrogen contains how many molecules? 2 grams of hydrogen contains 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23 molecules. Then 10 grams of hydrogen contains how many? Say, do the cross multiplication. 10 into 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23 by 2. So here 2 ones are 2 5s are. That equals to 5 into 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23. Then it will be so 3.01 into 10 to the power of 24 molecules. It is the second, children. Second one, 3.01 into 10 to the power of 24 molecule. So just step out, just move forward. Then 1 0 is equals to the 10 point. That is 10 to the power of 23 means into 10 to the power of 1. That is 10 to the power of 24. 3.01 into 10 to the power of 24 molecules. Now, 2 values are completed. First one, mass completed. Second one is number of molecules. Number of molecules. Number of molecules. So, number of molecules, how much is that? 3.01 into 10 to the power of 24. 1 10 is add to this. So 3.01 into 10 to the power of 24 molecules. So this is the second value. And the final in this volume. Volume we have to find, children, now. So every gas at STP, STP means standard temperature present, children. STP, STP, that means standard temperature and pressure. Standard temperature and pressure, STP. So at STP, any gas occupies 22.4 liter space. So here, according to the problem, 2 grams of hydrogen occupies 22.4 liters space. Then 10 grams of hydrogen occupies how much? 2 grams of hydrogen occupies 22.4 liters space. Then 10 grams of hydrogen occupies how much it is? Same, do the cross multiplication. 10 into 22.4 by 2. 2 ones are 2 5s are. And equals to 5 into 22.4. 5 4s are 20. 5 2s are 10. 11 12. 5 2s are 10 plus 1. So here 1, that means here 112 liter space occupies in B. 112.0. That is nothing but 112 liter space occupies. So this is the problem, children, very most important. So now in this problem we find here three values: one mass relationship and value and the number of molecules. So here value it is. Note down, children. Yes, okay, children. Now successfully we have completed 2 lessons. And now just I am going to enter into the third lesson, which is acid, bases and salts. Acid, bases and salts. So children, in our daily life, we have to test many of the things. The things is contents of different kinds of taste. For example, just try to eat tamarind. It will be sour in taste. And try to eat bitter gourd. It will be bitter in taste. So, according to that, some of the things are which are plays the major role in our daily life. Many of the things, many of the ingredients, they are plays the major role. So they contain some different kinds of properties, different kinds of characteristics. So now, according to this, today I am going to explain the third lesson, that is acids, bases, and salts. First of all, what is meant by acids? So, acids are sour in taste. They turn blue litmus into red. Acids are sour in taste. Acids are sour in taste. They turn blue litmus into red. Acids are sour in taste. They turn blue litmus into red. And some examples of acids: sulfuric acid, H2SO4, nitric acid, HNO3, hydrochloric acid, HCl. So these are some of the examples of acids. Examples of acids here: hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid. Acids are sour in taste. They turn blue litmus into red. Examples of acids are HCl, H2SO4 and HNO3. And bases. Bases are bitter in taste and soapy to touch. They turn red litmus into blue. Bases, they are bitter in taste. They turn red litmus into blue. Bases are bitter in taste and soapy to touch. When you touch the bases, you feel like touch the soap. So bases are bitter in taste and soapy to touch. They turn red litmus into blue. Examples of bases: sodium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, and magnesium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide is NaOH. Magnesium hydroxide MgOH twice. Calcium hydroxide CaOH twice. So here acids are sour in taste, they turn blue litmus to red. Bases bitter in taste and soapy to touch, they turn red litmus to blue. And what about salts here? Salts means salts are neutral when they are acids combined with bases or acids react with base to form salts and water. This type of reactions is called neutralization reaction. Salt's pH value is 7. It is a neutral. Acids react with base to form salt and water. Their pH value is 7. That means here then neutral the pH. pH of salt is 7. When acids react with base to form salts and water. So here blue litmus and red litmus. Not only this, some of the plants also, some of the plant flowers also, flower petals also used as an indicators. Some natural indicators will be there and some synthetic indicators will be there. Natural indicators, especially we have to extract it from the plants, flowers. And synthetic indicators, they are methyl orange indicator and phenolphthalein indicator, universal indicator. They are the synthetic indicators. So let me see now one activity. Means the chemical properties of acids. Chemical properties of acids. So here first we should collect the different kinds of acids and basic solutions. First we collect the different kinds of acids and basic solutions. So this solution test with the red litmus paper and blue litmus paper, phenolphthalein indicator and methyl orange indicator. What changes you have to observe? Let me see this activity. So first one is sample solution. HCl, H2SO4, HNO3, CH3COOH. Red litmus test. Blue litmus. Phenolphthalein indicator. Methyl orange. So now these are the samples: acids HCl, H2SO4, HNO3, and CH3COH acids. Let's take some samples of bases. NaOH, CaOH twice, MgOH twice, KOH. So here, these are the acid sample and bases samples. First, acid test with the red litmus paper. Already we know that acids are sour in taste. They turn blue litmus into red. So for example, just imagine it is a red litmus paper. This paper dip into the solution of acid. There is no change of the red litmus paper because it won't react to this. It won't change. That's why acids with red litmus paper, there is no change. No change. All the acids are no changes with the red litmus. All the acids are no change because acids can change blue litmus into red, but it won't change the red litmus into blue. That's why acids no change with the red litmus paper. There is no change. Next, acids with the blue litmus paper. Blue litmus paper, they turn into red. They turn into red. So the next one, acids in phenolphthalein indicator. So phenolphthalein indicator, there is no change of in phenolphthalein indicator. Phenolphthalein indicator, there is no change. Bases, test with the phenolphthalein indicator, it's turned into pink. All the bases with the phenolphthalein turn into pink. Bases, when they are react with the phenolphthalein indicator, they turn into pink color. So now, coming to the methyl orange indicator, acids, all the acids test with the methyl orange indicator turn into red. Red color. Turn into red color. So coming to the bases, when the bases are tested with the methyl orange indicator, it is turned into yellow in color. Yellow in color. So according to the table, we have to collect the different kinds of samples of acids and bases. They test with the litmus paper, that is red litmus, blue litmus, and phenolphthalein and methyl orange indicators. So we have to observe the different kinds of changes. All the acids, they won't react with the red litmus because there is no change of the color, the red litmus. But all the acids test with the blue litmus paper, it is turned into a red color. And now bases. All the bases. So here bases with the red litmus paper turn into blue color. Children, tables keep it in mind because very important for bits. And not only that, here they will ask one more question also from this table. So it is a very most important, and keep it in mind, children. So especially they will ask many times here. Bases, when they react with the phenolphthalein indicator, what happens? That means it turn into pink color. So just observe the table and remember this, all the formulas and how they are changed with the litmus paper. red litmus, blue litmus, and phenolphthalein methyl orange indicator. So this is the table. Acids are sour in taste, they turn blue litmus into red, and bases are bitter in taste and soapy to touch, they turn red litmus into blue. Salts, acids react with base to form salts and water. This type of reaction is called neutralization reaction. So it is, and some of the substances, they will change the order of the substances in both medium, acidic or basic medium. The substance which are change the order with acidic and basic medium, that we have called olfactory indicators. The substances which are change their order in acidic and basic medium, they are called olfactory indicators. Olfactory indicators. The substances which are changed the order in acidic and basic medium, they are called olfactory indicators. So this is the topic, children, and this topic very important. And olfactory indicators, you will have a definition for 1 mark question. So this indicator change their order in acidic and basic medium, both mediums. So this is the topic, and if you have doubt, ask me, children. If any doubt, ask me. Yes, children. Now, here, neutralization reaction. The reaction takes place, the combination of acids and bases to form salts and water. The reaction takes place, the combination of acids and bases to form salt and water. It is called neutralization reaction. Otherwise, acids react with the base to form salt and water. Acid react with the base to form salt and water. This type of reaction is called neutralization reaction. So, see one example. Acids, for example, HCl, base, sodium hydroxide, NaOH. Now here, acid react with the base to form salt and water. So see, children, sodium react with chlorine, Na plus Cl, it forms NaCl plus, here OH and here H will be there, combined of these two to form water. So acid react with the base to form salt, it is sodium chloride salt and water. This type of reaction is called neutralization reaction. Once again, I will give the definition of olfactory indicators. Olfactory indicators. The substances which are change their order in acidic and basic medium or basic solution. The substances change their order in acidic and basic medium or solution. They are called olfactory indicators. The substances which are change their order means smell. Smell, it will be changed. The substance which are change their order in acidic and basic medium, it is called olfactory indicators. Are understood, children? Olfactory indicators. They are changed their order in both mediums, acidic and basic medium. They are called olfactory indicators. And neutralization reaction or understood children? Acid react with the base to form salt and water. It is called a neutralization reaction. So, neutralization reaction in this HCl is the strong acid and NaOH is the strong base to form salt and water. So, salt and water. So here, along with some amount of heat also liberate children. That is called 13.7 kilocalories. 13.7 kilocalories heat will be liberated. This is called heat neutralization. In this reaction, some amount of heat will be liberated. That is 13.7 kilocalories. 13.7 kilocalories. So the neutral solution we have to identify with the litmus paper. So means here neutral solution. Neutral solution with the pH value is 7. That is called the neutral solution. So by the litmus paper we can identify children. So neutral solution means so we have to find by the universal indicator we can identify the neutral solution. So neutral solution, universal indicator will be there. So by the universal indicator we can identify the neutral solution. And pH value, neutral means the pH value is 7, that is. They are completely salts only, the solution. Neutral solution. We can identify with the universal indicator. And this is the topic today's. And remaining topic we will meet in the next class. So children, what are the portion how to complete it? Go with revision thoroughly, and is a very most important topics we completed here. So once go the revision thoroughly and don't waste the time and don't skip the class. Everybody must and should present the class and intimate your friends those who skip the classes and attend regularly, because it is a very precious time for you for learning. So that's why every student must and should attend the class, and you have tried to achieve the good of children. This is our intention, this is our motto. Don't waste the time. Thank you.